right, so that was going to be specifically the engine bay portion. You asked for a startup. We always like to try and give you everything you're asking for on these inspections, make sure we're touching base on a lot of stuff. Engine bay looks really good. Looks like they went through and did a lot of maintenance items on there. New wires, which most likely means they did spark plugs and everything, since the intake has to be moved. You got probably some new gaskets up top. All the belts have been replaced. Battery is brand new. Like I said, replaced it last month. That could be why the lights were going off on there. Air filter also brand new. And looks like they might have had some coil packs replaced, which they might have done the valve cover here with those little gaskets I can see here. So they did a lot on this to clean it up, make it look nice and presentable. Truck drives really good. I didn't have any weird sounds on cold start, but overall drove really good. When we're able to get in here, it's getting a little darker earlier. I'm gonna try and get my light in with me. We always like to look at the frame, crash rails. We look for any kind of wrinkling or anything, make sure the bolts haven't been messed with, and it all looks really good. You're gonna notice a bit of surface rust, but that's pretty normal in our area. None of this is flaking or peeling or bubbling, that's a sign that it's deep. Overall, that's going to be your conclusion on the engine bay. Checks out really nice. Other thing you'll note on your inspection, I did say this brake fluid, typically the clutch is included with that fluid. It's a bit dark. These two reservoirs need to be cleaned. Flush those systems. Make sure you're not having moisture in that system, especially this old of a vehicle and this day and age. It's just our area is rough for moisture. That's one note I want to make on this. All right, we're going to touch base on the outside. The paint is showing signs of oxidation. It might be savable with like a good wax, a clear buff. You can kind of see we don't got much shine on there on the paint itself anymore, but we don't have any kind of bubbling or rust. Honestly, there's a couple dings, like door dings, and a couple scratches here and there, but really pretty good for these trucks. I did notice we probably were in an area with logging roads, quite a bit of paint chips on the front here, probably from semis, traffic, highway, really good at that kind of stuff. These older trucks, the paint was pretty thin, so it doesn't take a whole lot. You get a few of those going and it starts coming off. Plastics are in good shape, all four corners. You'll notice some oxidation, but that's another one of those things. If you get a good treatment on them, they should last. As far as what I found on your bumpers, there's a crack in this plastic, but it's most likely from the tire at some point. Lights and everything work good. I did notice a little bit of moisture in here, but functionality, everything works as intended. That's going to conclude the exterior. Really not a whole lot to go through. We'll just keep moving along here. All right, so we're on the passenger front here. It's your body mount, frame, cat, trans. Looking forward, looks pretty good. I like to shine over here and kind of get a good eye on the suspension and everything. Looks good as it should. We do have some surface rust here, but the body and everything looks really good. So we just want to get that frame, probably the undercoat done before it's too late. Just kind of stay on top of that. We'll keep moving around here. All right, passenger rear mount on the leaf spring, body mount and cab, and exhaust, all in really good shape. That's what we like to see. Perches all check out good. These are solid. We do have some surface rust, but given these a stab, they're good. There's no soft, nothing flaky, nothing rattling around in there. We're gonna move over to the other to the rear portion. All right, so this is gonna be your truck bed, rear portion here. Frame mounted hitch, muffler, tailpipe all in good shape. The spare tire looks decent. It does not match the new 4 tires, but it looks decent. And here we go. So your floor pan, we always look for wrinkles or any kind of rust out. Looks really good there. We're gonna move to the driver's side frame. All right, we're on the driver's side rear portion. It's gonna be your body mount. Let this thing focus. Oh, maybe. Let's try it. There we go. No rust here. Looks really good. No damage. Again, perch looks really good as well. Fuel tank skid plate. It is a little bit soft. It has some bubbling. There's some good rust going on there. It's still doing its job. Still solid, but just keep an eye on that. We're gonna move to the front. All right, this is our front driver body and body mount, frame, cross member, laser trans, driveline, all really good. See if we can get a good eye on the front here. We're just losing light here, so I'm trying to do my best. But definitely want to get an undercoat treatment on this thing, but it overall looks really good for these era. Nothing really concerning on that frame. Alright, so this is going to be our interior portion. Current mileage was 196,175. Everything on the dash worked as intended. See, the cruise comes on and off. I'll say it a few times. I could not get that to activate. So it does have a aftermarket head unit with a working backup camera. Works nicely. Radio works good. Sounds great. I mean, it's not like the most high quality thing. All climate controls work, AC and heat, all modes work as well. This does have the option to turn airbags on and off on the passenger side. I don't know why they did that in the 90s, early 2000s. This car also has, once it focuses, a switch that you push here so you don't have to use the clutch to start the vehicle, which comes in handy when you're doing stuff like this, jumping in and out. Manual windows, locks, they all work. Manual mirrors. It does have the folding windows or vent windows. They all work as intended. You'll see your little passengers in the back here are a couple subs that are buckled in. They're not really mounted into the car. You can actually just grab and remove them if you need those seats. Seats are in pretty good shape. You'll see here's the most wear on the car's interior. I'm gonna open up the doors and blow everything up. All right, looking out to in, you can see your door cards here. Pretty good shape. A little bit of wear in the seat. This seatbelt does not retract very well. I have it buckled so the light's not flashing. You're not like, hey, yo, did you not notice that light on the dash? You can see like some staining, some wear. It's kind of hard on the seatbelt there. Carpets look really good though underneath, and it has all-weather mats front and back. Headliner and everything is in really good shape. Let's see if I can get a light on there for you. There you go. Headliner in pretty good shape. This does not have the rear differential lock. I just like to note that on Toyotas. Some of them have it, some of them don't. We're gonna pause, move over to the other side. All right, so on the passenger side here, door card, pretty good shape. Seat is in good shape as well, just some slight staining, nothing too major. And our carpets look pretty good. I like that all the way throughout. On this, I did have like some scratches on this trim here. It's from like people getting in and out. But overall, there's not much going on with anything else on here. Again, power door or manual doors and locks, so no power operation on there. And everything looks good. All right, so this is gonna be our trunk portion or truck bed. So pretty good shape. There is no liner, so there's some scratches, bumps, bruises. Right here we do have some surface rust bubbling through on this seam for the floor pan here that goes along this tub pan. Probably get that looked at. On the underside, it's pretty flaky, kind of chipping off there really good. That'd be a spot I'd get addressed sooner than later, especially if you're gonna haul with this thing. It does have a metal with a frame canopy here. This door's handle is broken, but all the other ones work as intended. Dampers are in good shape. Comes right back up. Tailgate in really good shape as well. One hand closed, one hand open. Perfect. Looks good. And looks like on the edge around the front area, the front portion here, there's like a foam insulator on this thing as well. I don't think it's insulated. I think it's just to keep moisture out of that front portion. It's going to conclude the trunk here. All right, so this is the code scan portion of the video here. We always just check on our monitors after the drive, just make sure everything's reset. We do have a few monitors that did not reset during the drive. Can I get that to focus? There we go. Cat, evap, and O2s. Everything else checked out good. I did take it down the freeway, get it up to good speed, so I do expect to see those come back. I'm not sure if this might have had the battery replaced recently. It is literally brand new, like last month, so I don't know if that was done recently and maybe some of the system didn't get reset. We tried to do about 10 miles on this drive. I'm gonna move on to the codes. All right, let me get this focus here. These older vehicles don't have a lot of modules. Cruise control had no fault, but I do want to just state again, I could not get the cruise control to work on the drive. I stayed on throttle, I went into overdrive, I was out of overdrive, I tried at 40, I tried at 60, 65, and 70, and I could not get it to set. I tried holding it, turned it on and off, canceled, and then tried setting, tried resume. It didn't kick off for me. So something to keep an eye on. The cruise light comes on and off when you hit the switch, so I'm not sure. And we're gonna keep moving here. All right, so we're gonna do our quick wrap up or conclusions here on this 2004 Tacoma. Currently 196. These are getting rare. These are pretty cool to find. This one honestly drives pretty good. There's a little bit of vibration. I know we just did, they just did like all more aggressive tire, so it may be part of the balance. As far as your clutch, it grabs pretty quickly. For me, it feels a little late to let go. I did say that fluid probably could use some servicing, but I believe these will have an adjustment on some of these older trucks, so it might be something to look into. Drives good, plenty of power. I like the gearing on this, it's pretty good. I took it uphill in 4th gear, let her bog out to make sure that clutch isn't going to slip on us, and she bogged until she needed a shift. So really good, no slipping, no popping, no play. 4 low, 4 high work really good. This does not have the rear diff locker on it. Pretty good shape. I did make note on the exterior, there's not much like shine on this. It's chalky almost. That would be one thing, you know, get a good wax, get a good buff and cut on this paint, kind of help it out, get some life. Drum brakes, but the fronts look newer. Tires are brand new. As far as this truck frame condition, pretty good. With the mileage of the year, I did one the other day where you could literally squish it with your hand. So this is in really good shape. Definitely don't want to skip out on the undercoating. Glass is all factory except for the windshield. And the only real eyesore is the chips in the front of this thing. So if someone either tailgated or it was a log road. But everything does what it should. In conclusion, I would give this a pretty good rating. This is a rare truck. Like I said, in our area, these are very popular. The 3.4 with the 5-speed 4-wheel drive, really good truck. No power options, so manual doors, locks, real base, no thrill truck. There is some modernization with the backup camera and everything on the aftermarket head unit. But in conclusion, I give this a really good pass. This is a good inspection.